Bombay boy. You know,
Well, I was born in Bombay. I live in Mumbai now.
Mumbai, correct. And to me, you are the right person to ask about Mumbai or Bombay style because you have also done an amazing amount of professions. So, for instance, your family owned an Irani bakery. You sort of helped make potato chips for the first, 20 years of your life. Then you went on to become a photographer, and now, of course, an actor who we all know very well. But given the fact that you've been in this city for so long and have your roots here, is there something that you would define as a quintessential Mumbai or Bombay style? And how is that distinct from any of the other cities that you've traveled to?
Honestly, I think the Mumbaikar could do a lot better with a little more style. And that doesn't mean you have to wear the most expensive clothes from across the globe. And I don't mean to eat it, but it's got to do with your profession. It's got to do with the weather conditions, and most importantly, it's got to do with what you can afford. But having said that, I started my career. The first thing I wore, which was a fashion statement, was a bow tie, and I thought it was very, very smart. But the reason why I wore a bow tie for 2 years is because I was a wine waiter at the Taj Mahal Hotel. So, well, that had to do with my profession. That's the only thing I could afford, the little clip-on bow tie that little schoolboys wear, and a black pant and a white shirt. And I used to be extremely proud of wearing that bow tie because it gave me a sense of who I was and that I had achieved something, even when I was a waiter. So it doesn't matter what you do in this world as a profession, as long as you're proud of it, and as long as you wear it on your sleeve and on your heart, it shouldn't matter. To me, I grew up in Bombay, and I've never really been aware of what a Bombay style is. Honestly, and I keep saying we could dress up much better if only we stopped wearing long sleeves in the heat. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. I really don't know. I shouldn't be talking right now. I'm wearing a blooming suit in Bombay. But on the streets, when people are working in certain conditions, it is not a problem, especially on a Sunday, if you wear shorts and a T-shirt. But we don't know, and we don't have the guts to do that. Even if you're a middle-class person or even a lower middle-class person, it's fine to be comfortable. And I don't think we're able to and ready to embrace it as a people. We're not. It's uncool to be cool in many ways. So what can I say?
Okay.
Collecting tips, and I was doing pretty well for myself. My mom ran a little wafer shop. So we used to cut potatoes, slice them, wash them, fry them. And we had a little shop, and this stage would be 3 times the size of that shop. And I used to stand on the counter with those Libra scales. Sometimes I used to fry the chips myself on a big bhatti, with a big fish net, and toss them in the air so the customers could see it was exposed to the public in Grant Road. And then I used to come on this side with a nice sweaty Parsi sadra, so all the Parsi girls could come and have a look at whatever there was to be seen. And I used to, and that's where I met my wife, wearing a Parsi vest, frying wafers and weighing it on a weighing scale and doing the Tom Cruise cocktail thing. I used to toss the wafers in the air, shove them in, slap it onto the vegetable vendor, and just throw take out that one chip or add that one chip, and it'll be exactly the mark. And I would be so very proud of myself that I was a human scale, and that was my Tom Cruise mojo thing. I felt very proud of myself, and then a little wink that went with it. So. It took me 12 years of my life over there to find my real calling, which was in the world of the performing arts, whether I was a photographer, and then I became a theater actor, and then I became a cinema actor, and here I am with all these beautiful people. So, it's been quite a journey. I did not own a suit for many, many years till I was 44 years old. I was, on the 27th of December, 10 years ago, Munna Bhai MBBS released. 6 days after that, there was a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. And then I was on stage the night before, and a friend of mine, Arshad Warsi, says, "So what are you wearing tomorrow?" So I said, "Oh, I forgot all about that." And I didn't own a suit. So we called up his friend, his outfitter, and he says, "Will you fix a suit?" Naresh Bhai, I'm sure you know Naresh Bhai. And he says, "Can we get a suit in 24 hours?" So he says, "No, hum nahi banayega." Kiske liye? He's saying, "Boman Irani." He's saying, "Boman Irani kaun hai?" That's 6 days after the movie release. Saying, "Boman Irani kaun hai?" He's saying, "Wo Munna Bhai." "Arey, wo Mamu, 100% suit banayega." I said, "What about measurements?" He's saying, "No, uska photo dekh ke main suit banayega." So he had a look at the television, froze it, saw my dimensions and my so-called shape, sent the suit right to the awards function, and I wore the suit backstage. He made it big because that was a safer way to go. Yeah, he made it so big and so baggy, but that didn't matter. I had a suit. I fixed the tie. I went on stage and I got the award. And I looked so dumpy, and I looked so fat, and I looked so ill-fitted. But it didn't matter because at that point of time, that was the mood I was in. It didn't matter to me at that point. So here we are.
Clearly things have changed.
Tell him off. Tell him off.
Yeah, I think Delhi's got many facets. I mean, I think it's the louder you are, the flashier you are, the more the media covers you. But if you're not so flashy and if you're not so loud, you know, you get covered less. But doesn't mean to say it doesn't exist. I think Delhi has culture, it's got art, it's got music, it's got design. I mean, of course, our friends are here from Bombay. But we have a considerable number of Delhi people here. And I think it's a terrific place. And there is a whole different side. There are many layers to Delhi. Not just the loud, big wedding. Like Bombay just doesn't have Bollywood.
True. And what do you love and what do you find annoying about India's fashion people?
I live on intuition, so I think it's my intuition that makes me brave. And the reason I say this is because when I started doing headpieces in India, my friends, my husband, everybody thought I was mental. And I'm slowly now building a business. I know everybody, I mean, a lot of people now want to wear headpieces. So I think that was brave to take that step. But it was intuitive. And what do I like and not like?
What do you hate?
Hate. What I love about Indian fashion is how we use our culture, how we use our craftsmanship and our heritage. And we've managed to create a business out of it and to create fashion out of it. But what I don't like about Indian fashion is the term Indian fashion, because I think Indian fashion and fashion in general has become a very global, it's a global phenomena. So when you say Indian fashion, and every time you travel, it kind of evokes a sense of just embroidery or saris or ethnic clothing. And there's a lot more that's happening in India besides ethnic clothing. So I think the word Indian fashion should now imbibe an old India, which is our beautiful heritage, cultural India, with the new forward India.
I'm just going to tell you about what Shri and I were speaking backstage, that today it's about style and substance. And I think this transcends not only to the urban people or the cities, but also to emerging India. Tier 2, Tier 3 cities are more in sync with what's going on the fashion scenario, be it through the Google, be it through television. And everybody wants to look fashionable, everybody wants to have a style statement, everybody knows who their favorite designers are. In fact, that's about fashion for the scene through the industry. From emerging India, you see a lot more students who are focused on the arts and crafts of India and create a global trend on it, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And this transition over the few years that I've seen is phenomenal. Therefore, I think we are on a stage where a little later we wouldn't be able to say, you know, maybe 4 years down the line, we won't be able to say that there is an emerging India that's fashionable, or there is the city fashions, because everybody is coming to the same platform with their the kind of awareness that they have.
Is there a common aesthetic you would see that's emerging, or is it still heterogeneous. Each region, each city is slightly different.
I think there is a common aesthetics that follows through India/global trends that they follow. Also, the fact that we are Indians by heart, and we still want to wear our ghagra cholis and saris and churidar kurtas for our festive occasions or for weddings. But having said so, I think creating a trend which is our own distinctive style through our fabrics, through our colors, through our embroideries, creating a global trend which even people from foreign countries want to, take as their own, or designers take inspirations from India. I think that's what we do.
Also,
Certainly, I have a niece who's 20.